Hello and welcome back. Today we'll be actually getting on with the model. Hooray! This includes filling and, sanding. At least we'll be moving on, eh? Initially, we will be sanding the filling that we added on the last step and carrying on sticking the model together. Here you can see that the interior of these intakes is far from perfect. We could at this point add filler to a toothpick and apply it in these gaps and then continue sanding. And I may, eventually, but I'm a human and I'm sick of sanding this, for the time being. So I want to move on and carry on with the rest of the model. For now, I'll tend to keep a bit quieter. The rest of this video is basically stuff we've covered before. Gluing, sanding, filling. I'll chime in now and again to confirm what I'm doing, stop you sleeping, give myself a sense of purpose, whichever shoe fits in any given situation. Here I trim off more imperfections from the moulding process. I'm not sure if it even makes a difference to the fitting on the front of the intakes, but it was easy to do, so I thought it prudent to anyway. I apply a reasonable amount of glue to all parts I thought would make contact. I wasn't too worried about the amount of glue here due to the thickness of the plastic. I knew I was fairly unlikely to affect the shape of the seeable parts. I added some elastic bands to hold it in place. Because it was an awkward shape, I also held it with my actual hands to keep it positioned correctly. I then did also add a clamp to hold the rear of the part in position. I did this lightly, as I know this is pushing on the soft piece of plastic I added against the wheel wells. After the part had dried, there were some differences in the height of the intakes. I know this isn't how it looks on the real thing thanks to the research we had already done. This was a pretty easy fix. There was only one slight divot in the plastic that needs filling. I could honestly get away with just leaving this, however I may fix it when I refill the inside of the intakes. While applying two large parts like these two halves of the fuselage together, I made special care to only apply glue to parts that would come in contact with one another. While it's not the end of the world to accidentally apply glue to non-touching parts, remember the glue melts the plastic, so adding it could damage parts. Always fixable, but better to not have to, eh? Now that these two parts are glued together, it's time to fix the odd fitting parts or the glue overspills. I did this with more passes on a higher grit sanding stick. Seeing as we're now sanding outside detail, it's better to not risk accidentally sanding off said detail, though again, that can be fixed. As you can see, there was a lot of slightly misfitting parts, despite my best efforts to correct this during the glue drying. Not going to bang on about it, it's stuff we've seen before. I again add more filler using the same technique as described earlier, only this time I use less filler to try and avoid going over finer details. So that's it for this one. I hope you're as relieved as I am to actually get on with the model, and I hope you've also taken something useful from this one. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.